the Long Island Tea Podcast.
I can't believe
3 years strong.
3 years strong.
We start every episode with saying, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
We're at the Gurney's Seawater Spa. We're at the incredible Ahika Castle.
We are on the beautiful Shelter Island.
At the Selfie Clubhouse. I mean, when do you get the chance to have Adventureland yourself?
Taste of Long Island. We have besitos.
Hi, neighbors. How are you?
Woo! Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels like it's been a long time since we filmed the last one, which was last week.
Right?
Because it feels like it's been the longest week ever.
Really,
Right?
truly.
Doesn't it?
The longest week.
I'm like, is it still going?
I know. Every morning.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good week. It's just been long. So it'll be, I think my tone is interesting today, Sharon. So I'll say, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing okay.
Yeah. We have a live audience today.
I know. I love it. She's so cute.
Yes. Our new team member, Melissa, who is on our communications team. Very excited. Comes to us from Stony Brook University. And is already hitting the ground running. Already wrote by herself the consumer newsletter.
I mean, we hire talent.
I know. She's
just pat ourselves on the back.
Hair flipping over here. So it's great to have Melissa here on our team. And, we just keep growing. It's great. We've got so much work to do.
We really do. And we do. And we, it's April. So we're looking at the budget. We're looking at our time frame. We're like, wait a minute.
How is it going by so fast?
Why?
This week is not going by.
No.
This week is going by very slow. But the year
is flying.
Already.
It's crazy.
Already we've got all of our media plans through, June, July. It's like crazy. It's like it's already halfway through the year.
I know. We're already ready for Christmas.
I know. Don't say that.
No.
We have to get through summer first.
I know.
Just when we thought it was giving summer, then the weather.
I'm wearing my fur coat today. I cannot.
I think that's why the week has been so long, because it was so beautiful in the beginning. And then, so Tuesday when I went home, it felt like it should be a Friday.
Yeah.
Because it was so gorgeous.
It was 78 degrees.
It's amazing.
Today?
No.
43, I want to say. I don't know.
Rainy.
It's rainy, gloomy. And poor Rich Hoffman on News 12 is like, I'm just,
He's like, I don't shoot the messenger.
I'm just reading what I have to read to you.
It's like, I don't make the weather.
Right.
I just report it.
You ever see that movie, The Weatherman, with Nick Cage?
No. Was
Classic,
it good?
yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
But it's been a very, very busy, productive, and proactive week. We've gotten so much done this week, I feel like.
Yeah.
We had a really cool executive leadership, a follow-up retreat. We do them every quarter.
Yeah.
We get our executive team together and just make sure that we're set for the next quarter. We're staying on track. What did we say we were going to do at the beginning of the year, which we need to switch up based on whatever's happening.
Yeah.
We did it at Danford's. I love it.
And it wound up being a beautiful day too that day. It was rainy and gloomy in the morning, but towards the afternoon, it was
beautiful.
like the sunshine.
We were in the harbor room, which is a really great
overlooking
little
the
meeting.
water.
So great. I love
beautiful.
Denise and Anne Marie and the team there.
They were so awesome.
Rolled out the red carpet.
They
were
were
like, God.
do you know there's only 7 of us here? And it was so much food.
I felt like that thing again because it was breakfast. Because, we were there for not the whole day, but only kind of like a half day. And so I just thought that was going to be the food.
Yeah.
So I'm bageling it up.
Right. Loading up on the fruit.
Thinking this is what I'm going to eat until 2:00, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then they clear that out. And then they bring in a lunch spread for 75 people.
It was so good.
I was like,
but they gave us so many choices,
it was
wraps
and
salad.
quinoa, and it was. I was like, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. I loved it. It was so fun.
It was so good. I felt bad. I felt guilty. I was like,
yeah.
But that's the hospitality at Danford's.
Absolutely.
Just so you know.
Just so you know.
And speaking of gearing up for summer, cannot wait for that outdoor patio scene.
I know, they were so funny. They're like, we'll see you here, Kristen.
Yeah, they know. They know. They were like, it's almost time. We'll see you out in the patio.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I'm there all the time.
I love it.
I mean, where else would you be? You watch the ferries come across the Long Island Sound from Connecticut.
So
just sit out there with your rosé.
Yeah.
And there's live music and it's gorgeous. And I just love it. And it's so, it's a tough little step back this week for what it, but it's coming.
It's coming. I can feel it.
Long Island life is still we're still flexing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, I obviously don't check the weather in the morning. I'm like dressed like summer.
Yeah.
What the heck?
You've got sleeveless shirt on. And then
I'm like, what?
you're freezing.
know,
Yeah, I
it's
was going to
freezing.
turn the fan on because I'm like in a full
suit.
suit.
Well, we have an event.
We have an event tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too. Really, really cool. So by the time this comes out, it'll be public and it'll be all over our social and press and stuff. But we are launching a collab with Dave & Buster's.
Yes.
Because, we launched our new app, which is you can get it on the Apple or the Google Store, Discover Long Island app.
Yeah.
And it's so cool because it uses mobile geolocation anywhere you are on Long Island, and it pulls up things near you, events. It's all pulled from our website. So our partners, all the information is available to people using the app. It's the greatest tool, and it's going to be really, really helpful this summer.
I think so too.
When you want to know
Especially-
what to do.
Yeah, like where are you going to go have brunch on the patio or whatever?
Yeah.
I think I love our app. It's really helpful, and I've heard it from members of not just our team, but like people who we are
Yeah.
forcing to use it, our partners and stuff.
Yeah, the cool thing. Yeah.
And they're like, it's so cool.
The cool thing about our app is a lot of apps are just like a mobile version of the website,
Right.
and they talk to store. Our app is actually a tool. It's like if you go to the hotel concierge and you say, "Where should I go to dinner? What's near? What's happening
Yeah.
this week?" That's now all on your phone. It's all on our app.
It reminds me a lot of Yelp without the reviews, right?
right.
Like it's very much what's it surrounding you, and
It's like your own personal concierge in your hand, or your own little visitor center.
Right.
So it's like a visitor center on a mobile app.
I love it.
So the cool thing is we partnered with our good partner Dave & Buster's because we want to make sure that that families know all the great family activities to do this summer, all the events,
Yeah.
like the kite festival's coming up, all that's all going to be on there.
Yeah.
So what better way to reach families than Dave & Buster's?
I know.
So we did a really cool co-branded pint glass. So on one side it's Dave & Buster's, on the other side it's Discover Long Island, and it has the actual QR code. So
cool.
you can just download our app from the pint glass.
I love it. It's
And
gonna be awesome.
and if you've been to Dave & Buster's, pint glasses, they're served at the bar for beer, but you can serve
Soda,
their water,
water.
soda. So everybody's going to now get Discover Long Island, and the app's right there. Boom.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
I have
like
to
the
say it's
increase.
genius.
Yeah, it is
It's genius. I'm like, and this came from Dave & Buster's. This was their idea. They
Yeah.
were like, "How about we collab with you guys and we'll split it?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
It sounds great, and
I
I think
love our
it was,
partners.
yeah, they're so awesome. So we're going to the Islandia location tonight, and
We're gonna have some fun.
so much
I
fun.
got like 100 people
Yeah.
coming. Our partners, just a network. Everybody gets a commemorative pint glass, which
Yeah,
I'm
and
excited for mine.
Yeah, me too. Angelica was like, it's just fun. It's like it's different than your normal business networking function. It's at Dave & Buster's. It's at a fun location.
Yeah.
People play games. Like we did it at Jake's 58 last time,
Yeah.
and like that was really a fun and great turnout. And people like hung out all night. Like
Yeah.
we're like we're done at 6, but hang if you want.
It's going to be a fun event,
Yeah.
networking. But I think the launch of our pint glass with Dave & Buster's with the app on it is like really a cool added
Yeah,
feature.
so
And
cool.
then just in time today, we actually got our brand new inspiration guide as well that we can distribute.
Let me just tell you something about this. This quality of like we upped our game
we leveled
this
up.
year.
We leveled up.
like we've been doing throughout with our studio.
Well, that's what happens when you have an
An
actual budget.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't have to have a flimsy stapled guide
That would
anymore.
fall apart.
We can
whatever.
actually have a
This is
professional
like
looking guide.
A coffee table
It's beautiful.
book. It's gorgeous. Alyssa did an amazing job putting it together.
Definitely.
It was absolutely beautiful. Like the imagery, everything.
I love it. And it's the inspiration guide. It's not meant to be like a full travel guide, but
Right.
it's great. It gives you a wonderful, I think, overview of Long Island and how exciting it is, all seasons, all aspects of it. So if you're a hot tea and you want one of these guides, you can DM us and we'll mail them
you
to
a
you.
copy, yeah.
We'll mail you a
The
copy.
cool thing about this one going around is each section of like the categories that we chose, they have QR codes in there too that brings you right to our website to those sections. So
So
you
yeah,
can
it'll be
dive
like,
deeper.
oh, here's beaches or here's vineyards, or and it's like an overview, but then the QR code takes you directly to the website where then you can see every single beach, every single vineyard, every single restaurant.
Yeah.
And so you can really deep dive into the details that are all on the website, but the guide makes you like, ooh, I want to learn
Inspired.
more.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
It was just blood, sweat, and tears because we do it all in house,
Truly,
like everything.
truly, yeah.
Just to be as difficult as we can
Yeah.
because we're control freaks.
Right? Why not?
We don't outsource anything.
No.
So we do it all in house.
Yeah.
And you know, the other cool thing I love about our guide this year in particular is we actually have something called Crowd Riff on our website. So for all of you out there who are doing hashtag Discover Long Island, we'll use you get a prompt from us. Can we use your photo?
Right.
If you agree, we use it in our marketing. And we used a lot of our just residents
User-generated content.
Your photos
Yeah.
that you hashtag Discover Long Island are in our guide because
cool.
and that makes it, I think, so much more authentic for the reader because it's not a bunch of models and a bunch of
It's
staged.
Authentic.
It's real. This is what it's like to be
the
here.
word of the year, right?
Authentic.
I love it.
So anyway, a very, very exciting, but it's like, I can't wait for this week to end. It's been so busy, and my anniversary was last night.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
So cute. Oh, wait, can I just tell you?
Yeah.
So anniversaries go by, like, what do you call that? So first year is paper. The second year is whatever. Third year was leather.
Yeah.
And so you are married 3 years, and
Yes.
you came in rocking the hottest leather dress I've ever seen.
Thank you.
It was so cool.
Thank you. Yeah. I've never cared about that stuff before, but Thomas really cares
Likes
about
it,
it.
yeah.
He is one of those people, like, he likes to go by the rules.
I love that. That's so cute.
So the first year we didn't do a gift. Remember we talked about this? I was freaking out. Sharon, it was stressful. For me, there's few things less stressful in life than gift giving.
Yes.
Because I'm just not good at it.
You are.
It's very different. Some people it
'Cause you
comes
stress
natural
out.
to.
Yeah, very
Some
much.
people it comes natural to. Thomas feel like gift giving comes natural to him. You're a natural born gift giver. Me, I am not. It's just not my strong suit,
Right.
and it's very stressful. I get very anxiety ridden about
Yeah.
it. It's an extra task. It becomes task oriented.
Yes.
So the first year we didn't give gifts because we were on a cruise.
Right. You went on that beautiful cruise.
And that was our
amazing.
gift.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't need anything.
Right.
I don't need anything.
Right.
And if I need something, I usually just buy
Buy
it
it yourself. Yeah.
in the moment. So the second year, last year, we agreed. It was nice. We don't need a gift. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. So we went to dinner. Well, apparently, according to Thomas, I'm the one that said I wasn't giving. He didn't agree to that. According to him. He's like, no, I didn't say I wouldn't give a gift. I said it was fine if you didn't want to give a gift. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but then it puts you in this
Here we
predicament.
go.
Right.
Here we go.
It's terrible.
So the year 2 was cotton, apparently.
Okay.
So he got me this really cute, like, jacket. It looked like a denim jacket.
Yeah, so cute.
Like a white denim jacket.
Yeah.
So cute. Nothing crazy.
Right.
But still.
Just a little something.
So guess what? He had me open it before dinner. Ruined dinner. I was the worst. I was
Enraged.
so mad. I'm like, why do you do that?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a jerk.
Yeah.
You know how much
Yes.
it bothers me about
I know.
gift giving.
I know.
When people give me a gift and I don't have a gift for them, it's so horrific.
Right.
You just feel like Michael's, but it's so, you feel like such just a heel.
Yeah.
It's the worst. And it's so awkward. And so finally our dinner was ruined. So mostly because of me.
You know what I do actually?
What?
Yours is at home.
Yeah. I didn't have anything.
Oh,
We
I
lived
forgot
together.
yours. I'm so sorry.
Remember one year I said that to you and it actually was at home and I felt so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I want you to know, like, I
This is
actually,
not-
for the first
yeah.
time, I really have a gift for you. And then I left it at home. Gift giving
know.
is so horrible.
It stresses you out so much.
And so this year was leather. Thomas made that clear. And I'm like, what in God's name do you give leather? It's
leather.
so tough.
Yeah.
So it was not easy. And then I was kind of not sure if he was serious about it.
Yeah.
And so like last weekend, and our anniversary was on, Wednesday. So Sunday, I'm like, so are we really doing like gifts? And he was like, you mean for our anniversary that's in a couple days? Yeah. He goes, I mean, you don't have to, but my gift is there. It's already arrived.
It's wrapped.
I'm like, So then I'm frantic.
Yeah.
What do you get somebody, like a guy that has
That
everything?
has everything.
Leather. So, first I was like a belt.
Yeah.
So we talked about it. I was like, I looked at belts. Let me just tell you, designer belts, and Michael, you'll appreciate this. Designer belts, it's hard to find a men's designer belt because otherwise you're just going to get a belt.
Yeah.
That's lame. It needs to be like a special. They're gaudy.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's so not flashy.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not that guy.
Yeah.
That likes to flash brands.
Right.
He likes the brands.
Yeah.
But he's very subtle. He's not that guy. I'm not going to get him a Gucci with a big G on it.
Right.
He would never. So finding like a subtle one that's nice, impossible, and then all out of stock. So I'm like, oh my God. So I found a couple of different smaller gifts. I ended up getting him like a watch band for his Apple Watch.
Okay, good.
And then I got something not leather because I was like, I can't.
That's the leather. That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine. But I got him a pair of Paige jeans.
Oh, did they come?
Yesterday was so stressful.
I know.
It was the hair of my chinny chin chin. I am tracking these
Driving down
all
to LA
day.
looking for the Amazon.
I almost like
UPS
switched
truck.
it to pick it up at the
Oh,
because they're here, but they weren't out for delivery yet, and we were going to dinner at 7. I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
Yeah, I know.
I paid
Expedited
for the
shipping.
expedited shipping for both, but it was still. It was touch and go.
Coming in.
It was touch and
hot.
go. And the Paige jeans I was really excited about because for those of you that don't know, I love, we're big TikTokers.
Yep.
And if you're on TikTok, do you know what I'm talking about? Pooky.
Pooky.
Yes. Do you know Pooky? Michael, you've got to follow Pooky. Everybody in America follows Pooky. She's this adorable girl. Her name is Campbell Phuket, and her husband calls her Pooky.
I love it.
And they went viral because her husband is so complimentary of her.
That's so amazing.
And they're both like super wealthy, I guess, and gorgeous.
They're beautiful, yeah.
She is in particular gorgeous.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of nerdier,
Yeah, but he's cute.
always on point, everything, and he gushes over her.
So cute.
The fire is like, the quote is like, Pooky is looking fire tonight. She's amazing. And then he is always like also dressed to the nines. He's like Armani jacket, this belt. And then he always says, as always, Paige jeans.
I love it.
He only wears Paige jeans.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm going to get Thomas a pair of those Paige jeans. I didn't see him try them on yet, but they are like butter.
Oh, boy.
He opened them and they are like, they're amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is good. I'm excited. So anyway, so the gifts came. Yeah, so that's Pooky. And they're cute. So we'll put that out there. But so Thomas got some Paige. But it was, can I just give, so we were going out to dinner
Yeah.
to a
So
new
wait, what did he
restaurant.
get you?
Oh, God. Oh, he got me a pair of Stuart Weitzman boots. Which I've been wanting.
Good old Stewie.
Because
you gotta love him.
when I went to Phoenix with my good friend Nicole, and Nicole is like everything. And Nicole's from I have to do it in her accent. I'm from Manhattan. I'm from Manhattan. She's so New York, but now she lives in Salt Lake. And it was funny. I told you when we would go out in Phoenix, and she's like, "I live in Salt Lake." I'm like, "Stop saying that," because she'd go, "I live in Salt Lake."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Clearly, you're from New York." Just say Manhattan. Where you
She
live now
does
matters
have,
not.
like, such a New York
I'm
accent,
in
yeah.
Salt Lake. I'm from Manhattan. Anyway, but she's always very aspirational, and she had these fantastic boots, these Stuart Weitzman, and she was like, "Oh, you've got to get a pair because I loved them. You can put them over your jeans or leggings, and they're flat.
I love them.
So they're comfortable."
Yeah.
But you could put them under a dress.
Yeah, so
they're
cute.
they're a little bit
good classic.
They're a little bit of a stretch for me because they're over the knee.
Oh, girl.
They're all over the knee.
Okay.
Stuart Weitzman, that's his thing.
Okay.
They're over the knee.
boots.
And I'm not like, I'm short. So anyway, I came home talking about them.
I love it.
Thomas listens
He's such a good
from
husband.
months ago and then buys them. Me, I don't know what he's saying. I don't
You're like,
pay-
are we still doing gifts?
I don't even, like 2 days before, I'm like, I haven't thought about anything.
That's awesome.
So it was a very stressful day, but I did have my leather dress, which was so cute. I love that dress too. I wish I could afford to buy it. I got it on Rent the Runway. But I was on theme.
Okay.
Trying so hard. Packages came. Everything's wonderful. One slight piece of marital advice I would like to, just learning from my mistakes.
Okay.
Hot teas. Don't schedule a major home improvement quote right before you go to dinner on your anniversary.
Yeah.
Because what happens is
You talk about that.
you talk about money.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And from our case, when you have, you're going to have 3 kids in college out of state at the same time.
Yeah.
You mostly talk about how much money you don't have.
Right.
And it's not a romantic dinner conversation.
No.
And it doesn't usually end well.
No. Nope.
So, dinner was fine. I was like, once again, another anniversary dinner. Maybe not the romance themes that we had planned out for.
Yeah.
So I was like, never again. Schedule. We were scheduling about getting our driveways done, which is, again, it's a home improvement that you need to do.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
No home improvement.
It's not like you get to redo your kitchen
and
have a beautiful
cabinets
or bathroom. Yeah. This is repaving a driveway that already exists that costs thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's just gone.
Yeah.
And it's just not even sexy.
No, that's what stinks about it.
It's just like,
It's funny. We did that too, like a couple years ago. We paved our steps and, we can talk offline.
You got a guy?
I got some ideas.
Yeah. So it's not even like you're doing a patio.
Right.
Or you're doing something that then you're going to use and it's going to be exciting. It's your driveway.
Yeah.
And I never did this growing up. We had just concrete driveways. Mm-hmm. I never did, we didn't pave. It's like a New York or Long Island thing.
It's like a New England thing, I think.
And I think it's because of the weather. Because of the weather. Because it's so cold and the snow and the ice and then it gets hot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
We just had concrete. I've never redone a driveway in my life.
Right.
So I'm like, ugh. Anyway, so please, future note. And that was my fault. I scheduled it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, be at home getting ready for dinner. So it's a perfect time to come by.
Yeah.
And then he's going over all of the pricing because we have a driveway and then we also have a circle drive.
Right. So two.
That takes the entire front of our house. So the sticker shock, it was not a good way to go into a romantic dinner.
No.
So happy
good
anniversary.
Advice. Happy anniversary.
Marriage is not easy, and it's so funny. I saw that TikTok of, I don't know if you've seen it. We always talk about Love is Blind. Mm-hmm. Melissa, it's important, right? For young people to realize marriage is not about all those fun, butterfly, cutesy feelings that you have in the beginning. Marriage, I think, a successful marriage, and you have the most successful marriage here, Sharon, so you should be the one to talk about it as far as longevity. But it's about having a partner.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you need someone who is your partner, almost like a business. Mm-hmm. Marriage is a business.
Yeah, it is.
You're raising kids, you're making decisions, you're doing finances. Mm-hmm. And I saw this TikTok of this one woman. I thought it was so funny. I'll show it to you later. And it's like me talking to my husband as though I'm in the Love is Blind pods. And she's got her notebook and her legs are crossed and she's like, do you want kids? And he's like, we have kids. And she's like, no, but do you want them? And she's like, do you want to switch from an HMO to a PPO healthcare? And she's like, oh my gosh, okay. Because that's what you talk about when you're married.
True.
It's not like, oh, I loved it,
Yeah, no. And I think, communication, it's obviously that's my biggest advice is communication. And whether you're angry, sad, happy, mad, whatever, communicate it.
Yes. So I think that's great advice. Communication, open communication, compromise. It's not just, long, marriage. Once you get into the day-to-day grind of it, it's not as glamorous. It is. It's a business. You've got to have mutual respect. And, so I think I need a do-over on dinner and I'm thinking brunch.
Yes.
100%. We were talking about brunch.
Mm-hmm.
That's my segue
into our taste of Long Island.
Our taste of Long Island. Michael is giving me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Because we have a good one today.
We do. This is the American Standard Whiskey Bar and Grill right in Bayshore. I actually went here a few weeks ago with my girlfriend for a brunch. And I didn't know, I'm not one of those people that go and look at the menu before I go and whatever. Mm-hmm. I am not a foodie.
I will do that because I need to know if there's something I'm going to order or not because I'm so picky.
Well, exactly. I'm so picky too, but I didn't do it. So I get there and we're looking at the menu and it's very much Southern type of food.
Oh, okay. That explains.
Yeah. So this Taste of Long Island this week is the Eggs Benedict. Mm-hmm. The display.
And it's the American Standard Whiskey Bar and Grill. Yeah. That's where you went, in Bayshore.
Yep. And it's actually a really cool spot. It's right on Main Street. They have open windows. It's beautiful. They have a lot of live music, even not on a Friday night. It was a Sunday morning, I think we did. And they had a live band and it was awesome.
It smells amazing. Their Eggs Benedict that they have here.
And look how beautiful it looks.
The Southern thing, It makes sense because their Eggs Benedict, you can tell it's like a Southern.
Yeah. But they do have regular specials, including happy hour Monday through Friday, where they offer 20% off their snacks, $8 cocktails, and $2 off beer and wine. And then they also have, hence the name, Whiskey Wednesdays, 25% off all old fashions and all flights, including build your own custom flights. Yes, even the rare stuff.
Ooh.
So cool.
It smells amazing. The presentation is beautiful.
I had a Bloody Mary when I was there, and it was so spicy.
Oh.
It was like,
Yeah, it's that Louisiana.
yes, very
Yeah.
much. It was so cool.
That's cool because there's not a lot of that. That
Yeah.
makes it. That's a unique aspect. There's not a lot of that on the East Coast. I
There
think that kind
isn't.
of Louisiana Southern food. That's cool.
It's really cool. They also have live, like I said, live music on the weekends, but they have events like upcoming Kentucky Derby on Saturday, May 4th, and Cinco de Mayo celebrations on May 5th.
So I read that and I immediately went to my calendar and I was like, oh my God, the Kentucky Derby is on May 4th and then Cinco de Mayo the next day is May 5th. I was like, what
a
day
weekend.
of the week is
Yes.
this? And it's a weekend.
Yeah,
That's going to be wild.
it's going to be a wild weekend.
I'm going to be in Phoenix moving Kinsey out of her dorm.
Oh,
And then on May 4th, I actually fly straight from Phoenix to Vegas for
Right.
IPW, which is the largest international travel trade show.
yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I'll probably miss the Kentucky Derby in
Yeah,
flight,
yeah.
which is fine because we really care about the Belmont Stakes. But then I'm going to be in LA for Cinco de Mayo. I'm like, during the travel show, it's going to be wild.
That is going to be wild.
I'm like,
Oh, good luck.
I usually don't, I usually don't go out, but apparently I'll probably be out drinking margaritas.
I know.
All right, cool.
I'm actually sad. We normally go to the Belmont racetrack for Dan's birthday, which is May 11th, and they're closed this year for their construction.
So right.
So, because I was like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" He's like, "The races," and I'm like, "No, they're
Go to
not there."
Saratoga.
I know. I said, "Let's go to Saratoga," and he's like, "I don't know. We'll see."
If you do, we could call our good friend John Schneiderwin moved there, and he has a guest. He's like, anytime you want to stay in my guest room.
Awesome.
Yeah, and he's got a beautiful house.
Yeah.
so we'll talk offline.
All right. All right. I like.
You're
I
gonna
got
give
a
me the
guy.
driveway information.
Yep.
I'm going to get you the Saratoga.
I love
information.
it. But yeah, back to American Standard Bar. You can visit them at americanstandardbar.com for more information on their restaurant and any catering needs you have.
Yeah, American Standard Whiskey Bar and Grill in Bayshore. Thank you so much for being our featured partner and for this delicious food. And if you would like to be featured as our taste of Long Island, just you can DM us, you reach out to us, or email us at spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about some Long Island life topics.
Yes.
We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, like it's Earth Day. And the cool thing about Earth Day is that we sell these T-shirts on our shop.discoverlongisland.com website that it says Long Island, and the O in Long is an oyster.
Yes.
And every shirt that you buy actually puts, I think, 5 oysters back into the ocean to grow through Relic, who is a charity.
It's actually planted into Moriches Bay.
Cool.
Which is what singular.
Like locally, which is awesome. You know, the real Long Island life I was going to talk to you about, there's a couple of things. One is, first of all, it's spring. Okay, except for today because it's raining. On those beautiful days, are you sleeping with your windows open?
Yes.
Do the birds make you insane?
Yes. However, I'm already up. So they start chirping at like 5:20.
Yeah. I follow these 2 New York guys on TikTok. I'll have to give you their names. I started following them during the earthquake because they were giving like the New York reaction to the earthquake, and they were like, F-bombs. It's an earthquake. And he was like, it's on the Richter.
Yeah.
What the Richter? And so because I followed them, they sent me another one, and they were like, the birds. What? Why do you start? So we get it. Stop the chirping. And I was like, that is
so
because
true.
They are intricate.
I know.
Okay,
And
this
they
is not just
start.
like tweet. These are
They're having full conversations.
There's patterns. I mean, they're full out there.
Truly.
It's a whole. It's like a community of birds right outside my window that are just letting it loose.
I know. And
they're mating. I don't know what's going on. But these are not just like little bird chirping. It's wild.
I noticed it literally like the first warm day we had. I was like, oh, it's the birds. They're up.
And you're like, oh,
you feel like Cinderella.
it's the
so
birds.
sweet.
And then you're like, shut up.
And then like literally I slam my window shut on like the days that I can sleep in. I'm like, shut up. It's horrible.
I mean, I've never heard birds
Chirp
have
that
songs
way.
like full mute, like Mozart out there. They're just singing.
Yeah. It's like Snow
so
White.
I was like, I know we talk about this. It's like, and then next, as soon as the birds shut up, Then it'll be leaf blowing season.
Yep.
Or whatever,
Yeah,
lawn season. Anyway, but these guys, I got to tell you, because as soon as they said it, I'm like, see, it's not just me.
Yeah.
They were like, shut up, birds.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so funny.
they're hilarious. Also, big Long Island news. It's national news, but really it's Long Island news.
Let's hear it.
Did you hear about the Billy Joel
Yes.
concert on CBS?
Yes.
Whoa.
CBS, man.
Long Island
Pull
is
it together.
on fire.
On fire because it cut out literally right at Piano Man.
So I guess what happened was, is what I heard. So it was the Masters.
Yes.
Golf tournament, which is huge. Ran long earlier in the day.
Yeah.
So it kind of messed up the whole
Timing.
schedule. And so especially people that wanted to just like DVR it,
Yeah.
they recorded it, right? Well, it started late. So if you were watching it live, it started late. You had to catch it. Everything was late. And then instead of running that late into the news, they cut it and started the news literally right in the middle of Piano Man.
Yeah.
Like his most iconic song.
Iconic. And it's just,
And people, especially Billy Joel fans on Long Island,
yeah.
lost their minds.
Well, and it's also sad because they're like, you can watch the full thing on Peacock. So
Everyone's
who has
like,
Peacock?
shut up.
Shut up.
Everyone's like, we talked about it at our family dinner, and my family's like, there's maybe two fan bases that you really don't need to make angry.
Right.
Swifties.
Yep.
I think we'll all agree.
Yeah.
Billy Joel, Long Island fans, do not make them mad.
Right.
So, and people were just
Livid.
the outrage.
Yeah. Like
It's
literally,
not like, oh,
like
that
you
was
said.
annoying. I'll go and peach cut. People were just so offended that you would cut off Billy.
I know.
The
And
God.
I wonder, like, did you see any footage of him and what his response was or anything like that?
I've seen a bunch of memes.
Yeah. But I didn't see anything of like
But
him.
so CBS had to respond. So they're replaying it
Are they? Okay,
Friday.
Good.
Tomorrow night.
Awesome.
So it'll already have replayed by the time this airs. But they're literally having to show it in full again.
Yeah.
That was the level of outrage.
Good. They should.
People
They
were
should.
like, you do not
You don't mess with Billy.
disrespect our Billy.
Or Long Island for that
Or
matter.
Long Island. People, it was the outrage was just level 10.
It was. And I don't blame him.
Yeah. Okay. So that was interesting. I don't know. Big news. The Islanders clinched a playoff ticket or whatever. I don't know how you say it, but
I
they're
don't
in the
either.
playoffs.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. So immediately my kids are like, Mom, can you get to, I'm like, no, get away from me. Go buy a ticket.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah. Stop. Don't come to me.
Although
for
you do got a guy, so I don't know.
I know. And I've never been to an Islanders game at UBS Arena
Oh my
yet.
God.
I've been on the train with
Yeah.
all of them, and that feels like just electric.
I know. I haven't been either, but at UBS. But just an Islanders game, especially in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Incredible.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go.
Yeah.
I have my Islanders like long sleeve tee, but I need a jersey. Long Island tee, hot tees. If you're listening, do me a favor. Let me know which player I should get. If you were going to get a Long Island Islanders, not Long Island, if you were going to get an Islanders jersey, which player would you get?
All right.
Because I don't know. I would go to the store and not know. So let me know which player I should get.
All right.
So we should do a little poll.
Yeah. Michael's on it.
Yeah, Michael's on it. Because I'm like, I don't know. Help me out. Like,
Yeah.
who's your favorite player?
Yeah.
Because those are expensive.
They are.
You're going to invest. You got to be repping
Well, it's funny. My brother
the
bought
right player.
Braden an Islanders jersey. And when he got it, he's like, I'm not going to get him a kid's jersey. Like
You need to grow
he
into
needed to
it.
grow into it. So on Braden's hockey playoffs, Braden made me wear his Islanders jersey.
Oh,
it was so cute.
Who's on it?
I don't know.
She doesn't know the player. All right. So
I don't
way
know.
to go,
Funny
Islanders.
enough, though, funny story, real quick. Dan met me at the game, and I'm sitting on like the bleachers waiting for the game to start, and the girls are playing, whatever. Dan literally walked past me.
Did recognize you? He's like, my wife would never be wearing an Islanders jersey.
And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, keeps going, and I'm like, "What's up, bro?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "That I didn't even know that was you."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah."
Why would you be wearing that?
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because we love the Islanders.
That's right.
Let's go Islanders. I'm like, this is when I become a fan. Playoff season.
Yeah.
This is when
That's
I start to pay
me too.
attention.
On sports, me too. Like
Here, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Congrats, Islanders. We love our UBS Arena and our Islanders. So they clinched a playoff spot. That's what it was.
Oh.
One more interesting thing that came out about Long Island, and I saw it on the news, and then I saw it on Lucky to Live Here. I don't know if you saw this. So there are $66 million communities in New York State.
I know.
And of those, 53 of them are on Long Island.
I know.
Just
I
in
think
case you
that
want to
was
know
an article in Newsday.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Life on Long Island, in case you didn't know what it was like. And we have so much content. You can look at our inspiration. You can tell. But 53 out of 66
I thought
statewide
that was
communities.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're here.
Right on
and
Long
I
Island.
think the rest of them, like a lot of the communities I know that I was like, oh, that's not in there. Like, remember Plandome and all those?
Yeah.
You know those, if they're not on there, the rest of the whatever, how many, they're like $900,000 communities.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
They're just a scotch
Yeah.
less.
Yep.
Because I was like, whoa, that's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot about our region.
It's not an easy or cheap place to live, but
It's worth it, I'll tell you.
It's worth it. I was just going to say, dang, if it's not worth it.
I
You know what I mean?
It's so true.
Life on Long Island. It's awesome. So I wanted to mention a couple of things. And then we do have a couple of events going on.
Yeah. So it's National Prime Rib Day on April 27th. So we have some restaurants that, obviously steakhouses are beautiful. Tellers in Islip, Opus Steakhouse in Jericho, Insignia in Smithtown, Prime in Huntington. But did you know, speaking of things going on Long Island, Jake's 58 Casino and Hotel just announced their $210 million expansion project.
Yeah.
News 12 was following them all day.
Amazing.
And they were interviewing everybody from Jake's 58. It was so cool. But the expansion that they're doing is incredible.
It's awesome. And Jake's 58, they're on our executive committee. They're a big partner of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool. They've worked really, really hard to get this going. And it's so funny because they're in the village of Islandia, where we're going to go to Dave & Buster's tonight. And because of this, they just eliminated all property taxes.
Isn't that amazing?
For the village of Islandia residents. So I go back to all of those communities that were like, we don't want a casino here. And I'm like, okay.
Here's an interesting thing.
And they're saving like $500 a year.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. They're saving so much money on just village taxes alone. Is crazy.
Yeah.
But interesting stat is that they are one of two in the nation, I believe. We can fact check this, that is governmentally owned casino.
Yeah.
That was
because
so
our
interesting.
casinos here are run by what's called the OTB, off track betting, and their government entities. But great. They give
the renderings
casinos
look
make
so
money,
awesome.
and it's a beautiful facility.
It is.
There was all this fear about it and what it was going to do to the neighborhood. Turns out it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Everybody has a great time there. You can win money, and then they give back to the community.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And they give millions of dollars. So way to go, Jake's. It's still, we talked about bucket list day last time, but and again, go to our blog, our bucket list blog. There's a ton of things to do. I mean, there's so many things on our bucket list.
There are. I think that, we do want to hear from the hot teas of what their bucket lists are,
What's
just
yours?
so that we can make sure we include
I
it.
mean, obviously Montauk Lighthouse.
Yes. Have you ever done that? Have you climbed
Of course.
it?
Oh, I haven't climbed it now.
Yeah, totally do that. It's awesome.
No, I've climbed the Fire Island Lighthouse.
Okay.
I don't think I've climbed the Montauk Lighthouse, but I've been there, and the museum is awesome there. You got to go to the end of Long Island. First of all, just go to the end.
Go. Yeah.
Because then you're on the tip. It's like, you're like Titanic. I'm king of the world.
Yeah. And
You're at the end.
I love Montauk so much.
Me too. Jones Beach Air Show.
Jones Beach Air Show.
Which we're going to be live again. If you have not done that, like in Jones Beach Theater too, is right there. Those are major those are some of my bucket lists. Belmont Steaks you talked about. It'll be back in 2026. And I heard some tea. It's not confirmed yet.
Okay.
But the tea I heard is that when it comes back in their new amazing renovated Belmont Raceway,
Yes.
2026 will also be the Breeders' Cup.
Ooh.
Which is huge.
Huge.
So just like prepare to get your tickets now.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
It's going to be crazy.
It's another thing we have to promote 3 years in advance.
Exactly. An Islanders game, especially a playoff game.
Yeah.
You could just check something off your bucket list right there at UBS Arena.
Amazing.
Amazing. There's a bunch of different
Yeah, just go to our website, discoverlongisland.com, and look at the blog.
Yeah. Okay. So can we get into some celebrity before we wrap up?
Yes.
Because I have a lot of celebrity.
Real quick, we just
yeah.
want there's an event that we
Okay,
want to
let's talk
mention.
about it.
National Arbor Day is Saturday, April 14th. If you visit the planting fields for their Arbor Day festival, it's a 2-day event packed with family fun. It takes place on April 27th and Sunday, April 28th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes. And also, like we talked about last week, it's Giving Summer, which means a lot of our attractions are open again for the summer, including Wild Play at Jones Beach. It's officially open for the season.
Adventureland too, which is awesome.
Exactly. And Wild Play has season passes. For more information on how to get tickets, go to wildplay.com/Jones-Beach. Once again, that's wildplay.com/Jones-Beach. Or just go to our website.
Yeah.
And
it'll be there.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so some celebrity I'm very excited about. Here's my question to you. And this, Melissa, I'll ask you too. Where will you be for TTPD? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean by that? Hashtag TTPD. It's sweeping the nation. It's Friday night. Where will you be? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Tortured Poets Department release by Taylor Swift.
I was like, what is that? I was like thinking like.
It is everywhere.
Yeah.
Harmony Vineyards is having.
It is.
Everybody's having like listening parties.
It's crazy.
There's all of these rumors out there that there might be 2 albums as part of it. It's the Tortured Poets Department.
Okay.
And the T is, a lot of people are like highly anticipating this because the T is, it's going to be all about her breakup with Joe.
Oh man.
There's going to be some tea in these songs.
Oh, always.
I'm very
Always
excited.
With her.
And
Where
I
are you
love
going to
that it's
be?
Tortured Poets in my house.
Yeah.
In my house. But I know like Tegan's having, because we go to Chicago the next morning.
Oh, right. Okay.
But Tegan said, she's like, I'm having a sleepover on Friday. I'm like, we're flying to Chicago the next day.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll be back in time for the flight. But
I'll
like
be
they
back.
have to have a listening party.
I love it.
Everybody's having parties,
That's
themes.
so cute. Yeah.
So it's a big deal. So you have to remember where you'll be on that. Like start making your plans. By the time this airs, it'll already have happened. But definitely a movement. Can I talk about something else? This is wild to me.
Okay.
Speaking of sports, Caitlin Clark, who was the Iowa player, basketball for the Iowa
one thing I know.
University of
For some
Iowa.
reason.
Again, the Final Four, the women's Final Four, was actually more watched than the men's Final Four this year because of not just Caitlin Clark. There's a couple of other like major stars, and rivalries, and people are like, Jason Sudeikis was there saying people watch women's sports, and really it's like almost like women's soccer, had that big following. That's what these women are doing now for women's sports. So they had the draft for the WNBA.
Okay.
And again, if you look at the Final Four, which was in Phoenix, the women were more popular than the men, and it's like this big resurgence. I think it was like 14.2 million people watched that game.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And she's like the most scoring person ever, men or women, in college basketball.
It's crazy.
So she went number 1 in the WNBA draft. And she's going to go to the Indiana Fever.
Oh.
And she was on Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
Cool. Guess what her salary is?
Oh boy.
Her salary for going number 1 draft pick in the WNBA is $76,000 a year. That's what she makes the first year. Second year, she'll make 78. Third year goes up to 80. By her 5th year, she's at $97,000. Do you know how much money she's going to bring into that sport? Do you know how much money she's going to sell in merchandise?
Oh my God.
The fact that she's not even going to be making 6 figures, number 1 in WNBA draft pick, you can't say anymore that they're not selling the tickets of the NBA. That you can't say that they're not making as much money because she's going to make it for them.
Yeah.
That is criminal. Do you know what the number 1 draft pick for men went?
What?
$12 million.
Are you kidding me?
$12 million.
And I heard her jersey is already sold out in like almost every size.
Right. Melissa's saying her jersey is sold out everywhere. She is what everyone's, men or women.
Why?
Name one man player that got, no one cares. No offense, but I mean, right now she's drawing the attention. It makes me sick. And so, our good friend Tom Kelly, the Tom Kelly Show, he's a comedian and he has a podcast, the Tom Kelly Show. He posted about this too. This was on Hoda and Jenna. Everybody's upset. But Tom Kelly posted, and what I loved he Googled and he goes, there's actually, just so you know, there's a current job posted for the NBA 2K. It's like the fake NBA, whatever that is, NBA 2K. There's currently a job posted for an online administrator that pays $125,000 a year for not even the NBA. And the number one female draft pick. We've got to stop this, people. We've got to stop allowing this to happen. I can't believe she's going to make a bunch of money in sponsorships. She'll be fine. Yeah. But it's not okay anymore. Yeah. That there's a discrepancy of literally, $11.9 million.
That's insane.
She can't even make six figures. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. My stomach turned when you told me the man's salary.
I'm going to use that a lot internally, just so you know, when people want salary increases. I'm like, do you know what the number one draft pick went? You're making more than the number one draft pick of the WNBA. Okay, let's everybody know. But I didn't know if you'd heard that or not, and I had to tell you. It was so crazy. Something else everybody's gearing up for sports-wise, 100 days until the Paris Olympics.
Oh.
Do you know who I just heard was going to be doing coverage of the Olympics this year? Snoop Dogg.
I love it. I love it.
I know. Snoop Dogg he's a correspondent. I don't know for which channel. We'll have to find out.
That's
but I was
hilarious.
like, what? And then let's see, a couple other things because we're getting a little bit over. I heard some interesting news. The fourth Bridget Jones Diary movie is in the works.
I don't know. Would you watch it?
Yeah, of course.
I know. Of course.
I watch everything Bridget Jones.
I know. I loved Bridget Jones, all of them. But like the fourth one, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
It's time.
Okay. So speaking of things that might have needed to be put to bed but are having a reboot.
Yeah.
Melrose Place.
Yes.
She's excited about that.
Oh my gosh.
Melrose Place is coming back. And I heard with Heather Locklear, with some actual people.
So funny because somebody just talked about Heather Locklear the other day and I'm like, I haven't thought of Heather Locklear since Melrose days. But oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. I thought so.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm here for that.
In my notes, Melrose Place.
Yes.
This was my genre.
Yep.
I was all about 90210 and Melrose Place. That was like what I grew up on.
Yeah.
They were gods.
I know.
They were like our Kardashians.
Ah, yes.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And the last thing I'll say before we wrap, I thought, and you're not going to like this news either, but in case you didn't know, there are 2 new Netflix shows featuring Harry and Meghan. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, including a cooking show for the Duchess and a professional polo something. His show is about polo. So Meghan also, I know you love. You're just like she's not a Meghan fan. She also just launched her new lifestyle brand called American Riviera Orchard.
Okay,
and the first product is her jarred jam, strawberry jam.
All right.
And other products will include pet food, makeup, yoga mats.
So everybody's making pet food. What is up with that?
I feel bad about my dogs right now. I feed my dogs like the
pedigree,
blue.
Yeah, Rachel Ray's though.
Yeah. Well, like the high end kibble.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but now I'm like seeing all these farmers' dog where people are making gourmet food for the dogs. And I'm like,
you go to like Target and there's like a refrigerator of dog food and cat food. And I'm like, what is happening?
It's expensive. But I'm like, am I now? Like, are we going to look back on this and be like,
I'm going to be totally gross right now.
Okay, let's do it. Let's end on a high note.
Dogs eat their poop.
My dogs do for sure.
Like, so what? You really care that much? They're eating their own poop.
I know.
You really care about what?
But do you think they're doing that because their food is so bad?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Are we like, am I like torturing? I'm seeing all these commercials for gourmet dog food and I'm like, am I torturing my dogs?
I know.
I love my dogs.
You little pups. I have some celebrity news, some Long Island celeb.
Ooh.
Ashanti just announced she's pregnant with her first baby.
Is it Nellie's?
Who's she dating?
I thought it was Nellie.
I don't know.
Oh my
Michael's got to figure that one out. But she did an Instagram reel and it was like her like hurrying up, getting ready to perform on stage. And her mom's like, how long is it going to take for you to get ready? And she's like, 9 months.
Oh, cute.
So cute.
Oh,
It is Nelly.
congratulations.
It is
Oh,
Nelly.
Ashanti and Nelly. Ooh, that's a good gene pool. I
Yeah,
like
it is.
that.
It's
I'm a
good.
big fan of both of theirs.
I love it.
Oh my God, I love that love. Because they
So
were
cute.
together a long time ago and they broke up and now together they're
So
pregnant.
cute.
I love that. That's some good tea,
Yeah.
Sharon.
Thank you.
Leave it to you to bring like the, like the rap tea. I love it.
Because I heard it
No, that's awesome.
on the radio station. this
Yeah,
morning.
you're always like tapped into the hip hop.
Yeah.
I love it. Good. Well, congratulations to our Long Island's very own Ashanti. Wishing you a happy and healthy pregnancy.
Yes.
Can't wait. Good. Anything else to report before we log out and go to Dave
fun
and Buster's?
events.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Melissa, in
So
studio. I know. And thanks to you, Hot Teas, for tuning in.
Yeah.
And make sure you are following us, turning your notifications on, and leaving us those 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're thinking about
DM
all
us,
this
about your
tea.
bucket
We
list.
want to hear about it.
Yeah.
All right. We've got more content coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.